सदाशिवसमारम्भां
शंकराचार्य
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। श्रीचिद्घनगणेशाय नमो मह्यं सुखं नित्यं सप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयो अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं नमत्वन्यत् इति मे निश्चितामतिः। Let's revisit a little bit of yesterday's part. There were some questions during and after. I had not covered the Nididhyasana Lakshana. Let's go back a bit and see that. So Nididhyasana Lakshana. We had seen in the Moola, in Tippana, I had not covered that. Nididhyasana, what is Nididhyasana? Nididhyasana is Bheda Pratyanantarita Brahmakara Pratyaya Pravaha. It's a Pratyaya Pravaha, series of Pratyas. What kind of Pratyas? These Pratyas, thoughts are Brahmakara, related to Brahma. They need not be the same. They need not be the same in the sense that if you are inquiring into Brahma via the Mahavakya Tattvamasi or some other Smriti Vakya also or some other Mahavakya also which is talking about Aikya, it is all right. Unlike in yoga where you have a dharana which should be on the same Vishaya. It cannot be another Vishaya. Here it is Brahmakara Pratyaya Pravaha. Through the any of the Vichara you can land on the Brahmakara because all Mahavakyas will lead to the same Aikya. In the Vyasti and Samasti, when the Upadhis are removed via any process, you can use any of the Prakriyas, when you can land on the Brahmakara, then the Pratyaya Pravaha through any of the means of the Mahavakya, any of the Mahavakyas, multiple also, you can land on the Brahmakara Vritti. This continuing without being interleaved by other pratyas is called as Nididhyasana. Now, there is a Tippana on that, which we saw yesterday. Amma had asked a question. So, Ayameva Bhedaha, Sakshatkara Nididhyasanayo. Then what is Sakshatkara? One thing we have to notice that I wouldn't say sadhu, I'll have to cross-check this as to what exactly is said to be Samadhi in the Hindi work. I have not seen that. Just a thought came today as to is it defined? Because here there is no particular definition. Nididhyasana, Nididhyasana Paripaka Avastha Eva Samadhi. Paripaka Avastha is very vague. When you say mature, Paripaka Avastha is something like matured. Matured Nididhyasana. What is matured? This is very vague, especially in a Grantha which is so accurate. The Grantha where the Granthakara is so accurate with definitions, he does not let you, land in something else as a sadhana. Even all other Granthas talking about sadhana, the Granthakara is very specific as to the Shrotrendriya Sambandha Vedanta Vakyam Eva Pramanam. Antaranga or Sakshat Sadhanam. In that case, how is it that the Paripaka Avastha of Nididhyasana is mentioned? Nididhyasana Paripaka, Nididhyasanasya Paripaka Avastha Eva Samadhi Riti. So definition seems very open-ended as to what is paripaka avastha. So something has to be said. We see in the tippana, nididhyasane antarbhavat na samadhi prutak sadhanatvene ganyate. That is fine. It is not a different sadhana. However, ayameva bhedaha sakshatkara nididhyasanayoho. What is sakshatkara? Not samadhi. Sakshatkara and nididhyasana, what is the difference between the two? Swayameva namribhuta vriksha shakha vad vinaiva स्वप्रयत्नम अहम ब्रह्मास्मि इति वेदांतजन्य अनात्माकार वृत्ति रूप अंतराय रहिता ब्रह्माकार वृत्ति ही साक्षात्कार उच्यते. साक्षात्कार is nothing but ब्रह्माकार वृत्ति. However, it is swaprayatnam vina. Over a period of time, all the obstacles drop off to remaining in one's own Brahma Rupa. Aham Brahmasmi iti Vedanta Janya. It has to be Vedanta Janya. Vedanta Janya is Mahavakya Janya. In that Mahavakya Janya, aparokshataya Aham Brahmasmi, when one gets that knowledge which is without a prayatna. How? Example is a Namri Bhuta Vriksha Shakhavat. The vriksha, the branch of the tree bends down when it is full. When it is full of fruits or something like that. So the comparison like the Purnatvam is the comparison. When it is Purna, then automatically the vriksha branches bend. Similarly, when the Purnatvam is attained via this Aham Brahmasmi, automatically. Why automatically? Earlier, automatically there was the Bahya Pravritti. Naisargika. Naisargiko ayam loka vyavahara, says Bhagavan Bhashyakara in Adhyasa Bhashya. We are born like that. Paranchi Khani, Vyatruna Swayambhu, says the Upanishad also. We are tuned outward by nature. This is not our real nature. By nature in the sense, being born as a jiva associated with some sharira, we are tuned outwards. The reason for being born is avidya continuing. Thereby vasana is acting out as kama. Then karma has to be done. Karma is not inside, it is outside. Therefore, sense organs are focused towards their swaswa vishaya. This is naisargika. However, what happens when this apurnatvam, trying to become purna, is the search outward, when that is called off due to knowing one's own swarupa as purna, then like this full tree, a purna tree bends down on its own. Similarly, swaprayatnam vina eva aham brahmasmiti vedanta janya anatmakara vritti rupa antaraya rahita. Without the anatmakara vritti saying that I am the sharira, without having such gaps in between of anatmakara vritti, that's like a gap in the brahmakara vritti continuing. That isn't there. Rahita brahmakara vritti sakshatkara. That itself is sakshatkara, remaining in your own swarupa without effort, effortlessly being what you really are. That is sakshatkara. In comparison, nididhyasana is with effort. Nididhyasana to swaprayatnad anamita vriksha shakhavat. Anamita vriksha shakhavat. Shakha, which is not, nam there is nam pravibhave, bent. Prabhiva, namaskara is what? You bend down. Namaskara is not folding hands. Namaskara is bending down. We bend down. So this vriksha is bending down. Namri bhuta. Here nam anamita, not namita, not bending down. Vriksha shakha vat. How? Swaprayatna matra sadhya brahmakara vritti. Swaprayatnad anamita. Nididhyasantu swaprayatnad anamita vriksha shakhavat, like the shakha which you need to pull down. It does not bend on its own. Stands tall, the branch is difficult to even hold on to. And then you bend it down, you drag it down. Similarly, you have to bring back the mind. Bring back the sense organ. Shamadama prayatna is needed, and thereby the taking away viparita bhavana there, specifically viparita bhavana, which says that you are a limited being, that has to be tackled. Swaprayatna. And thereby, Swaprayatna matra sadhya brahmakara vritti. That brahmakara vritti has to be attained by effort. Prayatnoparametu शाखायाम उन्नमनवत निदिध्यासन निवृत्तौ निवर्तेत एव ब्रह्माकार वृत्तिरपि. That brahmakara vritti which is brought by effort goes away, because vrittyatmika, what is vritti? Vritti is kshanika in generally kshanika, but in siddhanta brahmakara vritti need not be a pravaha. It is a single vritti, any vritti, go vritti, ashwa vritti. If you are looking at a cow or a horse, let's say you are looking at a cow, it creates a go vritti, go akara vritti. This vritti continues as long as something else does not replace. Whether it is by sight or by sound is irrelevant. Something else that replaces it will take away this continuing vritti. Otherwise, the go vritti will continue. There can be an ashwa vritti later which will take it away, or shabda vritti which takes it away. Any of that. So in Siddhanta, the vritti is not kshanika. Vritti continues to be, because it is Chaitanya itself manifesting in the form of some akara. But it will go away. This brahmakara vritti will also go away when there is something else due as in lined up, queued up to form a vritti in the mind, and suddenly the mind gets diverted, and then nididhyasa nivruttau nivartete. Brahmakara vritti also goes away because effort is no longer sustainable. Now samadhi, what is samadhi? Atra samadhi shabdena triputi bhana rahita nirvikalpaka samadhir abhidiyate. By samadhi, nirvikalpaka samadhi is talked about. Nirvikalpaka samadhi is without the triputi, the triad of dhyata, dhyana and dheya vastu. Nididhyasana shabdena dhyatru dhyana dheyatmaka triputi yukta savikalpaka samadhi ruchyate. Whereas when you say nididhyasana, that itself is considered as samadhi. So the Tippanakara is very clear that nididhyasana is also samadhi, but it is savikalpaka samadhi because the triputi is continuing. Dhyatru dhyana dheyatmaka triputi yukta savikalpaka samadhi ruchyate. Now I just want to make a point here that there samadhi, I had mentioned that there are differentiations as to whether samadhi is vritti shunya or with vritti. Samadhi by definition is yogaha, which is chitta vritti nirodha in the yoga shastra. Yoga shastra saying it and we reusing the terminology without defining it, samadhi is vritti shunya. But some do not agree. They say that we hold on to the vritti which we saw yesterday. Now the thing is that this samadhi versus jnana we have to differentiate. Nirvikalpaka samadhi and nirvikalpaka jnanam are two different things. Where samadhi is vritti shunyatva. So when we say samadhi, if it is said as vritti shunya, then this triputi shunya plus vritti not being there is what we mean there by shunya, vritti shunyatva. Vritti not being there. But nirvikalpaka jnana is this nirvikalpaka samadhi which is talked here in this grantha is actually nirvikalpaka jnana. Some take that itself as samadhi, therefore vritti is there. Nirvikalpaka jnana has vritti, but elsewhere by the very word samadhi being present there, some make differentiations as to nirvikalpaka jnana is vrittyatmika, but nirvikalpaka samadhi is not vrittyatmika, it is vritti shunya. Anyway, that is hair splitting. Whatever meaning you prefer, you can hold on to that. Tatha Uktam Panchadashyam. So he is just quoting that. I'll not go through this. He is just quoting Pramana of Bhagavan Vidyaranyacharya as the definition to Savikalpaka and Nirvikalpaka Samadhi, which is also in the Gita, Nivata Deepavat Ityadi. So Samshaya and this we have seen. There is just Viparya and Samshaya. I'll just mention it. संशय इयं रज्जुर्वा सर्पो वा इति कोटिद्वय विषयकं ज्ञानं संशय. What is संशय? Doubt is when you are not sure whether it is a rope or snake. When there is a doubt, if you have confirmed it as a rope, or you don't have doubts that it is a snake, then it is not a संशय. Then it is viparyaya. Viparyaya or jnana. Yathavat jnana also. If you see it rajju as rajju, if you see rajju as sarpa, ayam sarpa rajju, ayam sarpaha iti vidya. Vidyavritti viparyaya. This vidyavritti, that no, this is sarpa, this is viparya. Now this viparya itself, without a doubt that it is, there is not even a thought that there is rajju. It is definitely a sarpa. That bhranti itself is called as viparya, is called as ayam eva bhranti jnanam, viparita bhavana, viparita jnanam, jnanadhyasa iti cha uchyate. All these words are synonyms. प्रकृते मिथ्याभूतेषु देहादिषु अनात्मसु सत्यत्व बुद्धि अनात्म बुद्धिश्च विपर्यय. And in the context prakrute मिथ्याभूतेषु, that which is mithya, not real, dehadishu, deha ityadi, anatmasu, which is not atma, unto them satyatva buddhi, that it exists, that kind of a thinking. And what is this buddhi? This is actually nishchaya. शरीरम अस्ति इति निश्चय, देह अस्ति इति निश्चय, देहादिषु, all that is satyatva buddhi, atmatva buddhischa viparyaya. So viparya is that satyatva buddhi, atmatva buddhischa, dehadishu atmatva buddhi. That is viparya. So anyway, this is the part which was left out. There was a question on Shrotrendriya Sambandha. I had said that I will not talk much about it, but those who have studied how the methodology of cognition in Vedanta, they know that through the example of ghata, at least we have studied that ghatakara vritti takes place when you see ghata. How does it happen? The indriya goes out. Now the indriya goes out to the vishaya. This is standard in all indriyas. We don't have to, wherever the vishaya is, vishaya can be within the mouth, and the rasendriya goes to the vishaya, need not go out, but wherever the vishaya is, there itself the vritti occurs, the vritti vyapti occurs. I have talked about this vritti vyapti earlier and phala vyapti. The difference is that here Shrotrendriya is present, the ghatakara vritti is the rupakara vritti. Here there is shabdakara vritti. When mahavakya is heard, there is a shabdakara vritti. Now whether it happens outside or inside, science has a difference, we will not go into that. But the Shrotrendriya goes through the Shrotra Golaka, the sense organ of hearing goes out through the sense organ physical, which is the ear, goes out through the ear to the Shabda, and that Shabda, which is the Shabda, now the Shabda is Vakya, Mahavakya, which is Vedanta Vakya Shrotrendriya Sambandha. Now this Indriya is having a Vyapti, vritti vyapti, it overlaps the shabda and thereby takes the shabdakara. This shabdakara taking place, the vritti vyapti, pervasion of the vritti unto the shabda, that takes away the ajnana of the whatever the vakya is leading to, the shabda is leading to. In this case, phala vyapti is not needed, because once this mahavakya is understood, it's an equation, like tattvamasi, that you are. When that and this I, you are means when I hear it, it is aham brahmasmi. When I understand as aham brahmasmi, then when that tat and tvam, in the tat and tvam pada is me. I'll understand it as me because it is heard as you. But when I hear it as you, that tvam pada is me. I know it is me. Madhyama Purusha is me really, because the speaker is not me. Speaker is someone else. It's a guru. When I hear it, then the vritti vyapti taking place, I understand that tvam padartha and tat padartha as being without upadhi through the jahadaja lakshana, through the bhagatyaga lakshana otherwise. So dropping of the upadhis, what remains on both sides is Satchidananda Brahma, and that is the Brahmakara vritti which will take place. And this this vritti does not need to be lit up, because it is my own swarupa, it is already chaitanyatmaka, prakashatmaka. Thereby, I don't need anything else to lit up. There is nothing else to light up. Every sense organ, every vishaya has also been lit up only by this very Sat Chaitanya Vastu, Satchidananda Vastu, that I am. This is how the Shrotrendriya Sambandha Mahavakya works. Anyway, so there was a question on this. I explained Shrotrena Asambaddham Vakyam Naiva Jnanam Janayet. So we saw this much yesterday. Mahavakyam Aparoksha Jnana Hetuhu Ityatra Akshepa Samadhani. Now there are questions as to how Mahavakya is the Hetu for Aparoksha Jnana. If at all it results in Jnana, let it be. But how aparoksha? Why immediate? Why not mediate? How is it that it is aparoksha jnana hetu? Question there is atra kechid akshipanti. Now this is a little questionable. Why questionable is because prakriya bhedas are talked about by Panchadashikara, but Bhagwan Panchadashikara, I do not think, somebody has also marked here, is this correct? Tippanakara says Panchadasha Prakranadi Krud Vidyaranya Pravritayah. This seems incorrect. And why it is incorrect, I will not delve into that. It is incorrect because Vidyaranyacharya may not have said this. What is said? Atra kechid akshepanti. It is an akshepa. Akshepa is what? Shravanadini mahavakyani cha samuchitya eva aparoksha jnanam janayanti. Kevalani tu vakyani paroksham jnanam janayeyuhu na aparoksham. This is not true. In fact, this is the core of the Vivarana Sampradaya. Vivarana Sampradaya says that Shravana itself leads to Jnana. How so? Shravana has Mahavakya included and Shrotrendriya Sambandha Mahavakyam Aparoksha Jnanam Janayati. This is Vivarana, core of Vivarana Sampradaya. And core of Vivarana Sampradaya is also Drishti Srishti Vada. That kind of Diggaj Vidyaranyacharya cannot make this statement. So here Kechid we can hold on to, but Tippana we have to drop, because this cannot be Panchadasha Prakranadi Krud. Panchadasha Prakranadi Krud is the Karta of Panchadashi. Panchadasha Prakrana is Panchadashi. And he has also mentioned Vidyaranya Pravritaya, Vidyaranya, etc. This is not true because they may have given concession to others, not concession, they would have made mandatory for others who do not have Jnanotpatti be lacking Uttamadhikaritva. Only in Uttamadhikari it will work in the first occurrence itself. When one hears a Mahavakya, and such are not even textbook cases anymore. In Upanishad also we do not have such examples. Like Nachiketa also we consider as Uttamadhikari, but even he needed Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. So Shravana Manana Nididhyasana needed is to take away obstacles, but nobody has said that that will itself be Sakshat Jnana Hetu. And definitely not mixed up all three. What is said is that when Shravana is taking place, the Mahavakya generates Jnana, Brahmakara Vritti, without any doubts remaining. Therefore, Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana are included there because they take away the obstacles. The obstacles are gone at that moment itself. So, Shravana Siddha, Manana Siddha, Nididhyasana Siddhartha is that Mahavakya Janya itself there, then and there. For Uttamadhikari, for others, obstacles being there, all are needed, but they themselves do not give rise to the Jnana, Aparoksha Jnana. So, I do not particularly agree with this statement, and somebody putting this, is this correct? This question is also very much right to question this, because Vidyaranyacharya cannot say this. Anyway, so that's an aside. What is said is that Shravanadini Mahavakyanicha Samuchityeva. You have to have a Samuchaya. All those are needed for Aparoksha Jnana. केवलानि तु वाक्यानि परोक्षमेव ज्ञानं जनयेयुः. This appears to be true in almost every case, because I have heard the vakya but nothing is happening. This is because the right methodology of teaching has not been used, or even when asti has not been said and tvam asi has been said, still in teaching methodology, how many times will you hear that you are that, you are that? Very few use this methodology. That may be one issue. The other issue, which is more likely, is that the shishyas who hear, we do not have enough chitta shuddhi. Obstacles are a lot. Thereby, we feel that this is paroksha, not aparoksha. I do not understand this. No, aparoksha, it has not happened. So this is the majority of the cases. Therefore, this appears to be right. Kevalani tu vakyani parokshameva jnanam janayu. No, nothing has happened. Oh, anubhava is not there. People have a love for the word anubhava, which they do not know that it is jnana. Aparoksha jnana is anubhava. Those, because many are gate crashers. Somewhere some pravachana, somewhere some book you pick up, you read, and it is not shrotrendriya sambandha. How will it generate aparoksha jnana? No, but no jnana I have. This is all bookish. We need anubhava. What is anubhava? Smriti bhinnan jnanam anubhavaha. There is a definition. People do not know definitions. They just jump to conclude. Anubhava is lacking. Anubhava is nothing but anubhuti. Anubhuti is nothing but jnana. Jnana is nothing but chit in the final meaning. So Vedanta, if you study properly in stages, you will not go wrong. Anubhava is not different from jnana. It is different from smriti. Smriti is also jnana, but anubhava is also jnana. How do I differentiate? Jnana, which is not smriti, is anubhava. And that can be only in the instance that you have a new unit of knowledge. That new unit of knowledge has to be the anubhava itself, aparoksha jnana. When it is said as asi, in the asi, or when understood as asmi. But kevalani tu vakyani parokshameva jnanam janayehu na aparoksham. This is the akshepa. No, it cannot give aparoksha. It will give only paroksha jnana. Paroksha is mediate. It is not immediate. There is something pending, they think. Something has to be done. Oh, I have to do something for anubhava. This is the majority of the case. And second akshepa there, kevala vakyanyeva yadi aparoksha jnanam janeyehu tarhi vyarthani syuhu shravana mana nididhyasanani iti. If you, the Siddhanti, who says that the Vakya itself, Mahavakya itself has led to aparoksha jnana, then what is the use of Shravana Manana Nididhyasana? They will be Vyartha. And there is a Shruti to this. Atma are drashtavya. Are Atma drashtavya. Brihadaranyaka Shruti is there. And what is the means taught there? Shrotavyo, mantavyo, nididhyasitavya. So Atma, Shrotavya, Mantavya, Nididhyasitavya means Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana regarding the Atma Vishaya has to be done. They will become Vyartha, that Shruti will become Vyartha if aparoksha jnana is through Mahavakya itself. Further, Nacha Kevala Mahavakyad aparoksham eva jnanam jayate. This is expanded. Shravanadinam tu asambhavana viparita bhavana nivruttau upayuktatvat na vyartha iti vachyam. And if you say no, the Purva Pakshi is saying kevala mahavakyad aparoksham eva jnanam jayate nacha aparoksham jnanam jayate kevala vakyad. And he says Shravanadinam tu asambhavana viparita bhavana nivruttau upayuktatvat na vyartha iti vachyam. If you say no, they are not vyartha, he is saying you the Siddhanti, if you say that Shravanadi are connected to what? Sadhya, asambhavana and viparita bhavana nivritti. They'll take away asambhavana and viparita bhavana. If you say that, you cannot say that. Na vachyam. Why? Aparoksha jnana vishay vastuni kasyapi asambhavana viparita bhavana anudayat. He says it is not possible that there will be viparita bhavana and asambhavana. Asambhavana is impossibility of aikya. Viparita bhavana is dvaita bhavana, that I am this sharira ityadi. Is it possible? Is it possible for one who has had jnana? He says aparoksha jnana vishaye, not jnana, aparoksha jnana vishaye vastuni. This vasatiti vastu brahma, brahmatma, which is taught in the Shruti, that is aparoksha jnana vishaya. You are that. You cannot be more immediate than your own self. How will you look for some kind of a mediate something which will fill in the gaps of this aparoksha atma? Aparoksha jnana vishaye vastuni brahmani atmani, which is aparoksha jnana vishaya. It is Chaitanya which itself is manifesting as jnana. You are ever aparoksha. You have never become paroksha to yourself. Unto that aparoksha jnana vishaya, your own swarupa, kasyapi asambhavana viparita bhavana anudayat. It will never be possible. It is not possible that I cannot say that I am impossible to be existent. Nobody makes such a statement. Nobody thinks it. Viparita bhavana also not, I am someone else. That kind of a thing cannot happen. This is the aropa. Kevaladapi mahavakyad aparokshameva jnanam jayata iti vadatam mate. Who is that? Siddhanti. Purvapakshi is saying that if you say that kevaladapi mahavakyad aparokshameva jnanam jayate iti vadatam mate. Vadatam Siddhanti nam mate. Siddhanti is from the Purvapaksha's perspective, it is a Purvapaksha. But he is saying that you, the Vedanta Matha, which kind of Vedanta? Where Vedanta is also fine. He is also Vedanti. But he says that no, Shravana Manan Nidhyasana will generate moksha. Tattvamasyaadi mahavakyehi brahma paroksha jnanotpatti anantaram asambhavana viparita bhavana anutpattehe shravanadi sadhananam vyarthata eva syat. In that case also, when you know your aparoksha swarupa, which may have been for some reason, you didn't know, now you know, when you knew tattvamasyaadi mahavakyehi brahma aparoksha jnanotpatyanantaram, then at least after the jnanotpatti of aparoksha jnana of aikya between Brahma and your own swarupa, pratyangatma, then asambhavana and viparita bhavana is not possible due to the untenability of such an impossibility and the dvaita bhavana or limited being apurna, being a limited self, individual, shravanadi sadhananam vyarthata eva syat. Then shravanadi sadhanas are useless. Asman mate tu, Purvapakshi mate. He is saying, in my mata, however, kevala vakyena paroksham eva jnanam prathamam jayate. Initially, it is stepwise. First, paroksha jnana takes place through kevala vakya. Just mahavakya will do nothing more than that. It will give you paroksha jnana. It is not immediate to you yet. It is mediate. Shravanadi sahakritena vakyena tu. When Shravanadi are used together, manana is going on, nididhyasana is going on, then paschat, after a lapse of time where all of these are working, aparoksham iti angikarat. Then we say, then alone that jnana becomes aparoksha. We accept only that kind of a possibility. Therefore, shravanadi na vayartham. Na shravanadi vayartham. Therefore, shravanadi will not be vyartha. Iti aneka grantha krita tatparyam iti. And this is held in many granthas. See, in Panchadashi also this will be held as a view considering the masses, considering prakriyas meant for masses. But there also what exactly is taking place is that Jnanotpatti is not through the Manana or Nididhyasana together with Shravana. Vivarnakara specifically says that Shravana itself leads to Jnana. What Shravana? Mahavakya Shravana. Therefore, Sakshat Sadhana is always Mahavakya. Bhamatikaras view may be taken that Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana together gives rise to moksha. In that also Sakshat Sadhana is Nididhyasana. That is the Bhamatikara view. Natu Vidyaranyacharya Mataha. That doesn't seem right here. Anyway, that's the Tippanna alone. We can leave it aside. Whoever is the Purva Pakshi, we have to understand the Purva Paksha. Prathama Akshepasa Samadhanam. What he said in the first point as the Kevala, all are needed, Samuchaya is needed. Yaduktam Shabda Samanyam Parokshameva Jnanam Janayediti Na Etat Sadhu. It is not right. Why? Paroksha Jnana alone is generated by the Shabda. Shabda will generate. Shabda Samanyam. The Mahavakya will generate Paroksha Jnanam. That is not right. That is not correct. Why? Yato ayam meva swabhava shabdasya yat paroksha aparoksha rupa dvividha jnana janakatvam. There is no rule that the Shabda should give rise only to Paroksha Jnana. It can give Paroksha, Aparoksha also. Both are possible. It depends on the construct of the sentence. What is the Vakya? Shabda Samanyam. Here, Samanya. Shabda is a Pramana. Laukika Shabda is also Pramana for Laukika Vishaya. For Paralaukika, Vaidika Shabda, Vedanta Shabda ityadi are Pramana. Now he is taking Shabda Samanyam. Any Shabda can give rise to either Paroksha or Aparoksha Jnanam based on the Shabda construct. Desha Kala Parichinnam Vastu Vyavahitam Ityuchyate. What is this Vastu? Desha Kala Parichinnam Avratam. Parichinnam is Avratam Vastu Vyavahitam Iti Uchyate. When you see the Vastu, Brahma Tatpadartha as separate from yourself, Vyavahitam. It is separate from yourself. Why is it separate? Because it is Desha Parichinna, Kala Parichinna. Of course, Vastu Parichinna is assumed here. It is separated in space and time. This is the thinking. Ishvara is somewhere in Vaikuntha, Kailasa, ityadi. Whatever is the thinking. That Ishvara is pervading this prapancha is lost on many. That Karana pervades the Karya, Ishvara is Vyapaka. Entire prapancha is Vyapya and Ishvara is Vivarta. Vivarta Upadana Karana, Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana, that to Vivarta has not undergone any change and he himself appears as the prapancha is not understood by many. Even after Shravana. So what is happening there is that the Vastu remains Vyavahita. Vyavahitam iti Uchyate. Uchyate natu Satya, natu Satyam. It is not real that it is Vyavahitam. There was a question on Satya also, Satya and Satyam. There is a usage as that Satya in Pullinga. There seems to be usage in Pullinga also, but in a similar sense. Sate, Hitam is the regular usage, Satyam in Napunsakalinga. But Kalpadruma says that Sate Hita also, but generally the meaning is Vishnu, Rama, ityadi. But there is a usage, especially in translations, dictionaries show multiple meanings. Kalpadruma and Vachaspatyam, they may be saying multiple things. I have not been able to see all that, but Satya has a similar sense of very close to Satyam itself. So Bheda Satya, Pullinga, with Samanadikaranyam, Pullinga has been used. Satya earlier, yesterday's Patha, somebody had a question, it just came to mind. So here, Vyavahitam, Vastu Vyavahitam, iti Uchyate. It is not true that the Vastu is Vyavahita, but it appears to be Vyavahita because of misunderstanding of Desha Parichinnata and Kala Parichinnata. Tad Anachinnam Avyavahitam iti cha. And what is? If it is not separated by Desha and Kala, then it is Avyavahitam. It is here and now. Now what is this Atma? If you inquire him, व्यवहित विषयकम शाब्दम ज्ञानम परोक्षमेव. If the teaching is of Brahma which is separated in desha or kala or vastu, then that kind of a shabda jnana which is shabda sambandha, parokshameva vyavahita vishayakam. Yesterday there was a question, this sarvam khalvidam brahma. So I may have said mahavakya, all right. I said it may be a mahavakya if you take yourself as part of sarvam. But when you say idam sarvam, sarvam khalu idam brahma, khalu idam. Idam means it has been objectified. So many people, most of us wouldn't take idam as me. Therefore their prapancha is Brahma. I have no connection of Brahma. Only when I see Brahma as aham, then only it can work as a mahavakya. Otherwise, it is not mahavakya per se. It is saying prapancha is Brahma, let it be. I have no issues with prapancha being Brahma. But what about me? What about me? If that is the question which lingers on, then it is not a mahavakya. Mahavakya is considering that I am part of prapancha, at least a part, and then a whole, because that is all Brahma. I am Brahma. That will be mahavakya. Otherwise, but it is not, there is some inquiry pending there. Therefore, it is not a mahavakya. It will generate only paroksha jnana. That Brahma asti. Kena rupena asti. Prapancha rupena api asti. It is, prapancha also is nothing. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. So Brahma himself is appearing in the form of the prapancha. I get nothing out of it if I am standing separate. There is a stepwise process there. Prakriya, bheda, some prakriya. Karya, karana, prakriya. That karya is not separate from the karana. But mahavakya is aikya. Here aikya janaka vakya has not been said in sarvam khalvidam brahma. Therefore it will remain paroksha. Shabdam jnanam parokshameva. What kind of shabdam? Vyavahita vishayakam. The prapancha is separate from me. Sarvam idam. Idam sarvam. I miss out when I say idam, then I miss out the meaning of sarvam, as sarvam is, at least I have to be part of sarva, otherwise it cannot be sarva itself. If it is sarva, it should be kritsnam completely. But I always think that I am the subject and the prapancha, idam sarvam is outside of me. Idam sarvam, all of this is troublesome. People say, oh, everyone is a problem. Everyone means that everyone does not include you as that one. You are always separate. I am separate, everyone other than me. So sarvam idam means other than me. Matta bhinnam. Matta bhinnam sarvam idam. Brahma, khalu. There it will be paroksha only. Na kadachit kathanchidapi aparoksham bhavati. Vyavahita vishayaka. Because it is separate in desha and kala. Or kala. One of the two is also. So any one is sufficient. Any bheda. Yat kinchit. Like what examples are? Swargendriya devatadinam vyavahitanam jnanasya shastra rupa shabda pramanena jayamanasya nityam parokshatva. It is always paroksha. The Swarga is elsewhere. Indra Devata is someone who is elsewhere. Whoever you talk about elsewhere, Kala, Desha are different. Avyavahita vastu vishayakam shabdam jnanam paroksham aparoksham cha bhavati. However, avyavahita vastu vishayakam, a vastu which is not separated in Desha and time, Desha and Kala, that can give paroksha as well as aparoksha jnana. It can be mediate or immediate based on the construct again. Yada avyavahita vastu vishayakam jnanam asti iti shabdena jayate. The tingantam padam there is asti. Prathama purusha ekmachana. Those who have studied Vyakarana, Sutra, Sheshe Prathamaha. Sheshe Prathama. Asti has been used. Shesha. Who is that Shesha? Shesha is somewhere other than the speaker and the listener. Yushmadi Madhyama. And Asmat When asmat is the Vishya, then uttama, then shesha. Other than that, the speaker and the listener. It's a very beautiful thing, other than the speaker and the listener. You bring that here. The guru is the speaker, the shishya is the listener. Yushmat, there when guru says Yushmat, he would have used madhyama, asi. But he used asti because he is talking about avyavahita vastu vishayaka jnana, but he is talking with asti as someone other than Yushmad and Asmad. Yushmad, Asmad, bhinna is shesha. Sheshe prathama purusha, prathama vibhakti. It is also vibhakti. Iti shabdena jayate, when that kind of a knowledge rises, how but asti iti shabdena? Oh, something is there. You never connect yourself there. Definitely you are not connecting the guru there. You are not connecting yourself also. You are connecting someone other than the speaker and the listener, meaning someone other than guru and me is this Brahma. Thereby, avyavahita vastu vishayakam jnanam yada asti iti shabdena jayate tada avyavahitasyapi vastuna. Avyavahita is desha kala aparichinnam vastuna. Aparichinna vastuna jnanam api parokshameva bhavati. It will not be immediate because you have work to do. Who is that sarva? Who is that prathama purusha? What is that vastu? Parokshameva bhavati. Yatha dashamo asti. If in the dashamastvam, there asi is there. But assuming that dashama asti, there is a 10th person who is lost. All know the 10th man story. When 10 swam across the river for a picnic spot or something, they counted. The leader counted 9. He could not see the 10th. He could not count the 10th. The 10th is assumed to be drowned now. He forgot to count himself. He counted the 9 in a queue, lined them up, and then they searched and searched. So they, dashama asti, gone now. Was actually asit, was there. Now he is gone. He is drowned perhaps. This is the dukkha there. Dashama asti, if someone said, oh yeah, there is a 10th. Oh, he is there, maybe some happiness, but paroksha. Somebody else, the 10th is somewhere there. We have to search him. Let him be there. Let him not be drowned. Let him be there. He is spotted somewhere. Let's assume that he is spotted somewhere. Search for him. Dashama asti. Some work is pending. Yatha dashamosti ityatra asti shabdena jayamanam avyavahitasyapi. This leader who is searching for the dashama, he himself is the dashama, 10th. But asti shabdena jayamanam avyavahitasyapi dashama purushasya. This leader, even if he is the same 10th, tasya jnanam parokshameva bhavati. He says, no, there is a 10th person. We have to search. He does not know that it is him. Yada avyavahita vastu vishayakam jnanam idam asti. This should be corrected. This should be asi. Asi or asmi. We should take this as asi, not asti. This looks like a typo and it is not corrected in the errata. So I would suggest make a correction here as idam asi because of what is coming up. Yada avyavahata vastu vishayakam jnanam idam asi ityadi shabda pramanena jayate tada tadjnanam aparoksham eva bhavati na paroksham. It is contrasting. Asti has already been covered. This cannot be asti. This is asmi or asi. Sorry. Iti shabda pramanena, ityadi shabda pramanena. The shabda should be a pramana, mahavakya or some. In laukika dashamaha asi. In that dashamastvam there it is someone who is apta. You trust that person. And generally we trust unless proven otherwise. That is the niyama, laukika niyama. Unless somebody has taken a lot of hits in life, has been cheated, generally trust is easy. Yada avyavahita vastu vishayakam jnanam idam asi or asmi ityadi shabda pramanena jayate. That jnana which takes place, you are the 10th. Or this you are idam asi. तदा तज्ज्ञानम अपरोक्षमेव भवति न परोक्षम. अव्यवहित, not separated in desha and kala. Yatha dashamastvamasi ityatra tvamasi. So yatha is also been said. Asi shabda is used. So we can make a correction earlier. Yatha dashamastvamasi ityatra tvamasi shabdena jayamanam dashama purusha jnanam aparokshameva bhavati. When it is said you are the 10th, when he hears that you are the 10th, then what is going to happen? Shabdakara vritti takes place. Then it is what? That Purusha Tvam is me. Thereby he knows I am being talked about. There is no mediacy possible. When it is said you, unless there are Badakas, it is aparoksha. It has to be aparoksha. It is immediate knowledge. I am the 10th. Oh, I am the 10th. When I listen that you are the 10th, how can there be mediacy? It is impossible to have mediacy. Paroksha is impossible really there. Aparokshameva bhavati evam eva prakrutasya brahmanaha. In the context, this Brahma, which is avyavahita, without deshakala parichinnatvam. Evam eva prakrutasya brahmanaha sarva prani pratyagatma bhutatvad. That is the reason for avyavahitatvam. Sarva prani pratyagatma bhutatvat. He himself has become, Brahma itself has become the jiva as though. Atyanta avyavahitasya, there is not even a kinchidapi bheda nasti. Not even any bheda. Kaschidapi bheda nasti. Atyanta avyavahitasya brahmanaha. Atmanaha, pratyagatmanaha. Nitya aparoksha rupasyapi, who is always nityatvena aparoksha rupa. Aham asmi, ahantaya. That nitya aparoksha rupasyapi jnanam tadasti iti avantara vakyena parokshameva jayate. Even that kind of a me, which is Brahma really, Satchidananda Brahma, my Swarupa is Sat, I know. I know I am conscious, I know I am existent, therefore Satchit is known. Ananda we will not talk about right now. Ananda may be a little difficult to understand. But if someone says that there is someone exists, I know I exist. Someone says there is something called consciousness. I know I am consciousness, but still someone has said tadasti. Brahma tadasti. What is that? Satchid Ananda or Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma tadasti. I know Satyam, I know Chaitanyam also, but I cannot understand that he is talking about me. Tadasti. Iti uktatvat. Iti avantara vakyena paroksham eva jayate. Although that Satchit Vastu is me, I cannot make the context out. I cannot understand that Satchit Vastu tad yadasti tad aham eva asmi. I cannot make that out. Because there is this is avantara vakya. Asti has been said, which is prathama purusha ekvachana, not uttama purusha or madhyama purusha. Uttama purusha, if I hear, won't make much sense to me. I'll always take it as the guru. But if he has had he used tad asi, tad brahma tvamasi, madhyama purusha would have landed me in uttama purusha understanding as me. He is talking about me. When the vritti occurs, that tvam vritti will be aham vritti, because tvam has been heard, the vritti will be aham. But since asti has been used, it will remain prathama purusha, it will remain paroksha, it will not be immediate, it will be mediate. There will be work pending. Mahavakyam tu dashamastvamasi itivat, when it is said, as like the statement, you are the 10th, you are, tvamasi, shrotuhu atmatvena aparokshataya brahma bodhayati. Itivat, when it said, tad tvamasi, when it is said, then shrotu atmatvena, as myself it aparokshataya brahma bodhayati, that tvam will be heard and vritti will be aham. Because I know tvam is madhyama purusha for the speaker, but it is uttama purusha for the listener. अतएव महावाक्येन अव्यवहित प्रत्यक ब्रह्म अपरोक्ष ज्ञानमेव जायते न तो परोक्षम इति. Therefore, it is concluded that the Mahavakya gives rise only to aparoksha jnana, not paroksha jnana. Okay, then what is the use of this Shravana Manana Nididhyasana? This will cover in the next Patha. Tomorrow is Prathama. Pratipada will avoid the Patha. We'll do it day after. सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नाम रूपयो अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्दृक्यत्व निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदांत वेद्यं प्रत्यक् परं महः तदेवाहन्नमत्तोऽन्यत् इति मे निश्चिता मतिः.